Hello, star seeds. Do you remember this mirror, mirror on the wall? I think everybody knows and what it represents. We're talking about someone who seemingly had everything, yet every single day used to ask a third part for their opinion instead of paying attention and living happily in the castle. The queen dedicated her whole life to making sure no one would take her throne. I can't help noticing the waste of life on that. She grew old and eventually died, never feeling complete or happy, even though the mirror told her for years and years that she was the prettiest of them all. Human insecurity is a well developed and perfectly installed technology designed to keep us focused on tomorrow and everything we don't have yet. It consumes our time and money without giving us anything in return. Have you thought of that? It's a promise of perfection that can never be attained. It's a fast moving update to our goals, giving us a new destination the moment we cross the previous end of line. I'm drawing this picture to get your attention here to this automatic behavior that makes us always to want for more without paying attention to what we already have. Pay close attention to that last part because the problem isn't wanting for more. We are beings of desire after all. But the problem is not paying attention to what we already have. It's also not sharing and desiring everything for ourselves. Or perhaps 100 years of life? Being positive. Are a tiny point in space and pass by way too quickly for us to be chasing a perfection that only exists in movies. And maybe not even there. Let's develop the habit of having a dream list, but with dreams that are good for everyone. Let's cultivate the habit of gratitude, of filling our hearts full of satisfaction for a well lived life where we fall but also rise up many times. Reaching the top of the mountain is incredibly satisfying for everyone because the climb has really happened. That's what makes the experience, that's what brings knowledge. If a helicopter dropped you there, it would be like visiting the beach for the first time. For sure, it was fun, but many of us barely remember it. And whenever we feel like it, we go there again, but it never becomes a deep memory. Even the difficulties brings us joy if we choose to see life with a positive outlook and share it. After all, you know the difference it makes when someone is holding your hand in a tough moment, right? Think of that.
Sky of February 14th, 2025. Friday may be a half doubtful day because from here I see the moon already arriving there in the middle of the sign of Virgo. It dawns around degree 16 and begins to form a wheat with uranium in Bull, which will last all day, and also a basket with Mars, which will last practically all day. So we have a very nice side of initiative and inventiveness because of these two expectations. But what happens is that at the same time it begins to form an opposition to Saturn, which is in Pisces. So the moon's opposition to Saturn ends up creating within us an emotional insecurity that is not justified except for an excess of demand, on our part, which in fact has no use unless we stop our movement. So the way is for us to be less rigorous, less demanding of ourselves on that day, because Saturn in Anglo-Lutence is really charging. If we relax on that, the rest goes naturally. Let's go there.